I want to introduce to you the Filipino president which name Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. So I'm probably to say that he is a Filipino and he is an Ilocano. Yeah, just like me, I'm Ilocano and half Chinese, but I'm half Chinese. So I'll share to you the life of Bongbong Marcos. President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. So that's the real name of Bongbong Marcos. Yeah. Want to see? Oh, that's him. Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. So, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. was voted as the 70th President of the Republic of the Philippines on May 9, 2022. So, that was last year. And vows to be the leader or every Filipino and stand steadfast behind his vision of uniting the nation and delivering a brighter future for the people. So as of now, for me, he's a real definition of a president because he already helped a lot of people. He already shared what he have during the pandemic. Yeah. So I'm from the province of Abra, and we are one of those people who certainly impacted a lot by the earthquakes. Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos come here in Abra to give or to help a lot of people. Nagbigay po siya ng mga pangangailangan ng mga tao, relief goods, and as an appreciation, I appreciate what he did because he just not let he just not certainly give only the food, but he gave it with her presence. Pumunta po siya dito, then siya rin po yung isa sa nagbigay, but just a quick fast. Nagmamadali din po siya, but it is a real definition of a president because he just not only give the help that he want, but he gave the present of his self to help for us Filipino. He has dedicated his life to serving Filipino people over 2 decades. His long and faithful service has been one characterized by his genuine care for the welfare for his constituents and a firm determination to elevate the quality of life of every Filipino. So, from the early life, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., commonly referred to as Bongbong and by the initials BBM. So, I'll share you the experience when he's not still president. Nung nangangampanya pa lamang po siya. There's a lot of people believing on him. Doon pa lang po kasi, nung nangangampanya pa lang po siya, marami na po talagang naniniwala sa kakayahan niya. Then, I'm one of them also. I appreciate everything about him. Kasi po, kahit hindi pa po siya president noon, he dedicated his mission and vision to our country. Pumunta nga din po siya dito, nangampanya. Then, hindi po siya yung klaseng tao na maarte. Makikita mo po talaga na dedicated po siya sa ibang tao. So, I appreciate our President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Bongbong was born on the 30th of September 1957 in the town of Batac, Ilocos Norte. Yan. Bongbong Marcos is Ilocano people also. Kasi he was born in Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Norte is part of province. Then, yung mga taga doon, Ilocano po sila. So, yan. At saka, I think, Sandro Marcos, elde, oh, eldest one of his son is, mayor in Ilocos Norte. Marami din po siyang natutulungan. Nakikita ko po yan sa live, just like that. Marami din pong mga tao na humahanga sa kanya dahil sa kanilang kakayahan upang tumulong. Hindi lang po sa karamihan ng tao, pero tumutulong din po sila na bukas kanilang loob. Na hindi lang po sila nagpapakitang tao. He attended the La Salle Green Hills Elementary School during 1964 and completed his secondary education at Work School in West Sussex, England on 1974. He earned a special diploma in social studies from Oxford University 1978. Bongbong subsequently enrolled at the Wharton School of Business for a Master of Business Administration, which was eventually cut short due to him being elected in 1980 as a vice governor of his home province, Ilocos Norte. So yun nga, 1980, hindi pa po tayo napanganak noon, hindi pa po ako napanganak noon, but he became a vice governor in Ilocos Norte also. Families. So this is, Bongbong is the only son and namesake of the late former President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. So yun na nga. Anak po siya nung dating Pangulo ng Pilipinas na si former Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. and former First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos. He has 3 sisters. First is Ms. Amy Marcos, Ms. Irene Marcos, and Ms. Amy Marcos. In 1993, Bongbong married Liza Cacho Araneta. They are blessed with 3 children, Ferdinand Alexander Sandro Marcos and Joseph Simon Marcos and William Vincent Vinnie Marcos. So, government service and records. So, Bongbong Marcos served as a vice governor of Ilocos Norte from 1980 to 1983. Then he served as a governor of Ilocos Norte from 1983 to 1986 and 1998 to 2007. So served as representative of the 2nd District of the Province of Ilocos Norte from 1992 to 1995 and 2007 to 2010 and served as a senator from 2010 to 2016. Ayan na nga. He also became the Senator of the Philippines from 2010 to 2016. Yan. So, I'll share to you the programs of Bongbong Marcos since he became the President of the Philippines. Ito na nga po. Marami pong naging priorities si Bongbong Marcos ngayon sa Pilipinas. So, President Bongbong Marcos will deliver a 10-point agenda for economic renewal and long-term growth, restoring prosperity for all Filipinos. This plan will include immediate efforts to open the economy. So, the national reopening, resume face-to-face classes nationwide, and accelerate the opening of travel and economy to restore and create jobs. If the pandemic shall emerge, be quick on vaccine procurement and roll out public-private partnerships. So, encourage private sector engagement and investment for the benefit of the public above all. Provide legal and regulatory support to public and private partnership. Hello viewers natin dyan! Salamat po sa walang pagsawang pagsuporta sa aking YouTube. Hello everyone! Infrastructure Development. President Bongbong will launch a Build Better More program to improve critical infrastructure in the Philippines and advance digital connectivity across the country. So, fiscal discipline yan. Improve efficiency and collection of taxes by the BIR and BOC, prioritize target spending to manage debt and a narrow budget deficit. Maganda yon para sa ating Pilipino. Transparent and efficient governance. Establish the efficient government processes such as mandatory online service to promote transparency, shorten turnaround time, and limit the opportunities for corruption. Transparent and efficient governance is very helpful also to those yung makapangyarihan na ginagamit ito for selfishness. Yeah. So, Digital Philippines set up broadband and MASA for quick, reliable, and affordable internet services which will facilitate effective learning and efficient delivery for public services. So, Digital Philippines, Bongbong Marcos will provide the mass quick internet reliable services for those for the effective of learning for education and efficient delivery of public services. Energy and security boost local power generation capacity by reducing bureaucracy to attract energy investments and improve power delivery and distribution with the objective providing competitive energy prices. So, future-ready Filipinos in terms of their education. Provide quality education through standardized learning materials and digital tools. Upskill the workforce to improve employability and support priority industries. President Bongbong will invest in the Philippines' future. Its youth, we will strengthen the Free College Tuition Act, construct and specialized training colleges and university, and increase the number of young Filipinos acquiring science and technology skills through research and scholarship grants. O ayan. As Filipino, mahalaga po sa akin yung pinatupad niyang free tuition fee on of all universities because yung universidad po namin is free tuition na po ngayon. At malaking tulong po yun sa amin na mamamayan ng ilang isang Pilipino kasi po pwede na pong mag-aral yung mga taong kapos sa pera but he want to enroll in college. Yan, pwede na po silang magtapos ng kolehiyo. Affordable healthcare. Lower cost of medicines by allowing easier importation and strengthening primary healthcare in underserved communities. Build regional specialty hospitals. As we continue to fight the pandemic, yan, even since the pandemic arise, yung COVID-19 po yun President Bongbong will build new hospitals and research centers and he will create a national center for communicable disease control and prevention for improved analytics and better healthcare coverage for low-income Filipinos. The overall trust will be expand and strengthen the country's healthcare system that will withstand another pandemic should there be a similar experience in the future to the COVID pandemic or one that's even worse. Yan, para ma-prevent po natin yung paglaganap ng COVID-19 to Philippines. Food for all. Increase productivity of agriculture and fisheries and bring down costs of food through cooperatives modernization and value chain development. A nation should rely on the other countries for something as basic as food. It is the primary need for survival. It then must be given primary attention and support. The President, in highlighting the importance of food security, has taken the agricultural portfolio for himself. In doing so, has given hope to our farmers, fisher folk, who eagerly await that much-needed assistance that will come their way with no less than the President taking the ball by the horns, so to speak. Yan, isa nga dito yung pagbaba ng cost ng bigas. Yan. Noon pa, naisuggest na ni Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos na pababahin yung cost ng bigas kasi ito yung primary need ng mga Pilipino. Isa primary need ng Filipinos. But until now, I don't know, hindi ba ata ito napapatupad, pero it's still going na maipatupad na niya. Our President Bongbong Marcos is a merely Filipino that he can sacrifice and give her power to help Filipino people. Yan. Marcos Jr.'s presidency an exercise in redemption. So, I'll give you some brief of her redemption. In his second State of the Nation address, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. proudly trumpeted the dawn of Bagong Pilipinas or the New Philippines. I have stated before that my confidence in our future was grounded in our world-class quality workforce, he said. I know that the state of the nation is sound and it is improving. The New Philippines has arrived. The new government slogan eerily evokes memories of his father, former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s Bagong Lipunan or the New Society. His vision of the new society was anchored in strengthening the economic, finance, and trade agencies, opening the economy to foreign investment, introducing agricultural development. Ultimately, his regime was saddled by structural deficiencies, external shocks, and crony capitalism. But public opinion on the late strongman's legacy has shifted during the post-authoritarian years. For some Filipinos, Marcos Sr. may have been the greatest politician the Philippines has ever produced. A firm believer in destiny and greatness, Marcos Sr. carefully wove his rise to power with similar narratives about the destiny and greatness of the Filipino nation. But Marcos Sr. also represented the original sin of post-war Philippine politics, patronage politics inherited from the U.S. colonizers. Coupled with the warlordism generated by the violence of the Japanese occupation during the Second World War, Marcos Sr. masterfully used both to bolster his authoritarian regime. Borrowing from his father's playbook, Marcos Jr. promises to deliver a comfortable, resilient, and tranquil life for every Filipino, but there seems to be a wide gap between promise and reality. Marcos Jr.'s speech highlighted his administration's key accomplishment in the past years, but he also unwittingly exposed its deficiencies. He vowed to boost local agricultural production by improving value chains and calibrating importation. But he continues to sit as Agricultural Secretary and has not appointed a permanent successor who can devote more time to a job. On transportation, he offered an ambitious road network plan that would link the three major islands to spur economic development. Yet, he was silent on the controversial modernization of public utility vehicles affecting thousands of jeepney drivers. Like his father, he placed agrarian reform as one of the administration's centerpiece programs by signing a law condemning the 57,557 billion peso or the US dollar 100,014 billion debt of 610,054 farmers, but he was silent about raising the minimum wage for workers nationwide. So in January 2023, inflation peaked at a 14-year high of 8.7%, more than double the administration's 4% target for 2023. Food accounted for nearly half of inflation over the past years. So in his speech, Marcos Jr. claimed that prices of rice, meat, fish, vegetables, and sugar have already dropped, but they still remain high for ordinary consumers. It also remains to be seen how much political capital he will expend to fulfill his promise of going after hoarders and smugglers who control the supply of these commodities. During the first year of his presidency, Marcos Jr. managed to sign only 6 pieces of legislation. So, including just 3 of the 42 priority bills proposed by his administration's Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council. This lackluster legislative output is puzzling given his administration's high approvals ratings as a supermajority coalition excuse me, in both chambers of Congress and his huge electoral mandate in 2022. The president is open to using some of his political and capital, as in the case of the passage of the Country First Sovereign Fund, the Maharlika Investment Fund. The fund will serve as a long-term source of investment capital, fostering economic growth and job creation. The Marcos Jr. administration will utilize it to finance various infrastructure projects such as roads, bridge, airports, as well as the... Hello viewers! Supporters of the bill praise it as a crucial step towards boosting the nation's economy and securing its financial future. Opponents raise concern about its potential misuse and lack of transparency. Some have compared it to the corruption ridden one Malaysia development berhad that brought down the government of former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak. Myth-making has always been at the heart of the Marcos narrative. A well-oiled social media propaganda machine largely explains Marcos Jr.'s victory. In recent years, social media has become the venue for netizens who look back at the Marcos Sr.'s years with nostalgia. A golden age for the Philippines. Meanwhile, the academic literature generally highlights the regime's excesses, failures, and brutalities. Far from being a golden age, the Marcos Sr. era economy was characterized by the debt-driven growth between 1970 to 1983, followed by stagnation and a deep economic crisis between 1983 to 1986. The Marcos narrative claims that they were victims of 1986 people power revolution fabricated by the United States oligarchs, the Roman Catholic Church, and enemies of the state. Victimhood is also one part of Marcos' narrative. The more powerful part is redemption. For most observers, redemption was the only platform Marcos Jr. presented to the electorate in 2022. The son that seeks to redeem the family honor and redress his family fall, but Marcos Jr.'s ultimate goal of redemption is only within his reach if he avoids his father's mistakes. Ayan po. So, ayan na nga po. Marami pong nagsasabi na yan yung mga Marcos family are corrupt. But, as Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. shows to everyone that they are not. Kasi nga po, Bongbong Marcos literally help other people. Tinutulungan po niya yung mga ibang tao. So, para sa akin, he always try and sacrifice everything just to help Filipino people. Ayan po. Just please subscribe and like my YouTube channel, everyone. Goodbye. See you again to my next live.